Okay, y'all. Z the Wizard just passed away. Early this morning, like 3 something in the morning, y'all. He was at a club and he got hit up. He was one of 4 people that got hit up. So he lost his life. So I want to do a video on him and talk about this a little bit because it's a lot of eerie numbers coming up in his numbers when I put his name in gematria. And it lines up with Takeoff. And Takeoff was taken out, same place, Houston, Texas. And the date and the numbers that's popping up. 111 is popping up in his numbers. Takeoff was taken out 1111. So I just wanted to go over a few of the things that's popping up, y'all. And say condolences to the family and rest in peace to him. We always, expect this now. January 1st, January 11th, November 11th, November 1st. This is one of, Satan's big days. This is why it's so important for people to be careful when they're out here in these streets, y'all. So let's talk about it, okay, y'all? Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day 1s, 2s, and 3s. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So, really quickly, like I said, condolences to the family, the fans, his friends, everybody that cared about him, we getting so sick of this mess. But you can't always, blame the labels, blame the this, blame the that. People have to take accountability. You think he didn't know about Takeoff got taken out at the bowling alley? He's in Houston, partying, going to an adult entertainment club on New Year's Eve, y'all. And he keeps a pocket full of money. When you keep a pocket full of money and you a rapper or whatever, you're supposed to have security. You're supposed to have security if you call yourself planning on being amongst everybody else and being out in these streets. People have to be careful out here, y'all. And y'all, the numbers is, like I said, the numbers are really eerie. Family identifies rapper Z the Wizard as one of 4, hit up on New Year's Day at a Dallas after hours club, y'all. So I think he was the only casualty, y'all. I think everybody else is still, if I'm not mistaken, the last that I heard, everybody else survived. And I believe he was hit multiple times. And word on the street, it was a robbery. He's someone that keeps a pocket full of money on him all the time. He recently just signed a deal. And this is another thing that kept coming up. Number 4. Number 4 was coming up. And I should have put it up here, but I didn't. But the number 4 kept popping up in his numbers too. And he just signed a deal 4 months ago, y'all, in August with Future, y'all. So Future just, he about to cash in. I'm just, and I ain't trying to be, insensitive or whatever. But he just signed this guy 4 months ago. He's about to cash in on an insurance policy for this man. So you got to be careful out here in these streets and moving around. And people got to stop thinking that they're untouchable. Because the streets don't like nobody. And I'm serious, y'all. Like, it's people that you didn't grew up with and you're not even close to them anymore. And if you feel, if it's like that with people what about the people that you don't know that just see you in the streets and you run around here with your pocket full of money? This is not the day and age for that anymore. A lot of people used to be out here like that. Now people don't want you to know they got some money on them. On you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want people don't want nobody knowing they got money. A lot of people don't even carry money like that anymore. This is crazy on so many levels. That somebody would come into a club, and this was their grand opening. just so you can see somebody take their clothes off. You could have had your own personal party. You're a rapper. You got a pocket full of money. You could have hired some girls to come dance for you at a place where you made sure that everybody that's there is your buddies, or you all are close, and this and that and that and this. This could have been a controlled environment. They did not have to be there. And people are going to learn sooner or later. Our people is going to start, smartening up and realize running these streets is not all what it's cracked up to be. And trying to be the first one to go to a grand opening for this and that and that and this on particular dates is not what it's cracked up to be, y'all. And like I said, it's sad to keep hearing about things like this happening over and over again. It really is. I put in, this is the name that was popping up in the news report, y'all. Rapper Zanty, because they call him Zanty, and then they call him Z. So this was in the news report. So I put that in, and there's your 111 and 666 right here. Right here in the middle. 111, 666. Not only that, this 162 kept popping up. And I'm going to tell y'all a little something. He signed a deal August 27th with Future Free Bands label, okay? And the day that he signed that deal was the 239th day of the year. Now, if you got 365 days in a year and you take away 239, it's 126 days left. 126 kept popping up all over the place, y'all. As you can see it's on here like 3 times. I put something else in, it popped up 4 times. I kid y'all not. This is crazy. 621, 216, 162. It was just popping up all flip-flop all over the place. And it popped up at the same time with this Mark of the Beast number, 666 and 111. Y'all, you can't make this up. If you put in rapper Zanty, which was in the news report, the Devil's Hour pops up. And these numbers matched. And he passed away in witching hours between 3 and 4, somewhat similar to the same time that Takeoff passed away. Didn't Takeoff pass away about 3 o'clock, 2 something? It was almost 3 or something like that, but it was around the same time, y'all. Leaving from that bowling alley. The Devil's Hour popped up in the numbers. Ford touchdown popped up. I wouldn't be surprised if the people who did it wasn't driving in a Ford. I'm just going to be completely honest with y'all. Every time anything to do with water, tempest, stuff like that pops up, or touchdowns and stuff like that, it always equals somebody lined that person up. It wasn't a robbery. They want to make it look like it's a robbery, but it was something more than that. And a lot of people, is having, good things to say about this guy. So I don't understand why somebody would want them out the way unless it was, I'm just saying, y'all, something to gain off of it. Okay, y'all? But, when you out in the streets, you never know what somebody is into. Or, if they dating somebody's girlfriend, or they didn't, had a little argument with somebody, and you don't know. When you're hanging out in the streets, this is what you run up on. You run up on haters. Even if you ain't in the streets, you run up on haters. Another thing popped up is Secret Society, y'all. This popped up too under rapper Zanty. Did he sign up with the wrong label? Was he hanging out with the wrong crowds? November 1st popped up in the numbers too when I put his name in. And November 1st is the same day that Takeoff was taken up out of here. 111. Them ones always seem to line up with each other all the time. And it's sad, y'all. It is sad. It always lines up with around some water, touchdown, something like that. And somebody's boat sinks. Every single time. This is the release date of the Titanic. Somebody's boat was about to sink. And it was his. It was his. And it's sad, y'all. World Trade Center, 111. And 911 kept coming up in his numbers too. That's another thing that pops up when somebody done lined you up, y'all. 911 kept popping up. And you see That 111 and that 666 equals mark of the beast, y'all. And 911, the World Trade Center, that 111. Okay, y'all? This is crazy to see this. Sinking of the Titanic equals 111. Somebody boat was about to sink, y'all. Okay? If you put in Futures Free Bands label, Skull and Bones pops up. 223. And then look at them infinity links. Them 8s is popping up. Do y'all remember when Takeoff passed away? In the same place, Houston, Texas. Do y'all remember they put that 8 on the front of the you know what I'm saying? Do y'all remember they put that on the front where he passed away at? In the front of the little, bowling alley. The infinity links, y'all. And there go that 911. There it goes, y'all. This is crazy on so many levels. It's crazy. Skull and Bones popped up. If you just put free bands in there, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 times you see 126 on there 4 times. These are just flipped, but it's still 126, y'all. It was 126 days left in the year from signing that contract with free bands. And he passed away on the 239th day. Not passed away, but he signed the deal on the 239th day, which was 126 days left, y'all. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Z Cannon is his name. This is the name that was popping up. And you see 187 is popping up there. And this is how he went out. 23, Skull and Bones. And the 38, Take You Out by the Numbers, is on here, y'all. You can't make this up. You really can't. Pink House Dallas. This is the adult entertainment club that just opened up. Was, the first night opening. 38 is popping up there because you don't count zeros. And there's that 23 again. Y'all, you cannot make this up. People better start taking their life serious, y'all. People got to grow up. Because we got a lot of little shorties out here now that don't listen, that's wilding out. Back in the day, they had a little structure. The older cats, they used to kind of have the younger ones, in line. And, they listened back then. Now, everybody's a little renegade running around here doing whatever it is that they want to do. Whatever it is that they want to do, this is what they're running around here doing. And they don't listen to the older people. They don't listen to nobody. They don't listen to the older street associates anymore. They just letting them do them and run wild and, suffer the consequences that comes their way. They don't even try to talk to them anymore. Because you cannot get nothing across a lot of people. They don't want to listen anymore. And when you got people running the streets, just getting wasted, listen to a lot of this demonic music and this and that and this, you have to be careful where you going, when you going, how you going, and who you with, and all of that stuff when you're running these streets like this. I wish you can get more of, people to listen. But you can't. Everybody wants to, it's so many people that's out here that want to be in the in crowd. They want to run around on certain particular days, put their life in danger, basically. Want to go to clubs on their birthdays and this and that and that and this, knowing that this is the main place where people gets taken out at. Females, same thing. If females going into these clubs and they boyfriend and somebody else there with their boyfriend and they checking you out, the girls in there's not gonna like you. The majority of these clubs are street associates are in them. So you have to be careful about certain things and certain places you're going. I don't know if he had kids or anything like that because I don't even know this guy that much. Like, I just was reading stuff about him. But a lot of people was hurt today. A lot of people are hurt and they can't believe it. But you gotta listen. You gotta listen. I know it's a lot of people that don't want to turn labels down when they're getting signed and this and that and this. But you have to take extra precautions for your own life. You have to. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to throw these numbers out here because this was crazy. Looking at these numbers, them lining up with takeoff numbers, the 8, the infinity links is adding up. The 111, 4, the number 4, and then he just signed a deal 4 months ago. I was like, why is this 4 popping up? The 126 days left in a year. I was like, wow, this is crazy. From him signing his deal, and 126 is all over this. Not saying that it has something to do with his label, but even if it didn't have anything to do with his label, they about to cash in on a fat check, yo. A fat check. And ain't no telling how much money they had him in insurance, because people are saying that he was a really good rapper. And the better you are, the more that insurance policy will be. A lot of these labels, this is what most of their money is going on, insurance policies. They making sure that insurance policy is paid up for a certain amount of time, long as they got that artist under their wing. And 9 times out of 10, when you're running these streets and hanging out with the wrong crowd and this and that and that and this is what happens, y'all. This is what happens. So you got to be careful, y'all. Please, please, please. This is New Year 2026. Move wisely out here in these streets. Be careful of your surroundings. I say this all the time, that it may save your life. Be careful of the people that you hang with. If you with somebody that's, low-key jealous of you and this and that, leave that person alone. It ain't nothing you can do. If you can't get along with, wish them the best. Let them go their way. You go yours. And leave people alone. If they don't want to see you prosper, they want to see you locked up, they want to see you gone, they want to see something, they want to rob you, this and that, leave them alone. Seriously. If you have somebody that got some hate in their heart for you, leave that person alone and move along. Because life is too short for to be going through this type of stuff. And now he has a family that has to bury him. That he probably was the breadwinner of the family. And now he's gone. Because he wanted to go out to the club for New Year's, y'all. For New Year's. It's sad, but we got to do better. We have to do better. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. And thank you all so much for watching. Peace.